Hello and welcome to And All Shall Be Well. My name is Megan Rohrer and I'm your host. This week, I am going to be telling you a story about one of my pilgrimages because I'm expanding the podcast due to popularity and the number of listeners who are very interested in some of my storytelling, that now I'm going to be putting out 2 episodes a week. On Tuesdays, you'll get a conversation with other diverse folk talking about ways that they try to be well. And towards the end of the week, then you'll get a story from me about some of my life experiences, journeys, and pilgrimages. So I hope that you like it. When I was in Cambodia with my wife, Laurel, we visited a temple where there was a monk who does blessings for people. And for me, it felt like it was an interesting interfaith cultural experience, also a way to learn more about another religion and a way to be a fuller part of the sacred life of a country that I was visiting. In this beautifully adorned temple setting, most of the buildings are white. There's giant bells made for vibrating sacred rhythms into the world. And there was an older gentleman who was there to do the blessings. I was interested in how other faith traditions do blessings, in part because I was doing baptisms and Christian services for folk. So what I wasn't prepared for is that when you arrive at the space where they do these blessing ceremonies, the very first thing they have you do is take off all of your clothes and basically put a sheet around yourself. It's very beautiful, but still it's like the equivalent of a sheet. You tuck it in on the top and you're about to have a bunch of water thrown on you by a monk in order to receive your blessings. And so the way that it occurs is that he says rhythm after blessing after blessing. And I thought it would be like a serious thing. It takes like an hour and it's just very rhythmical and methodic. And here's a blessing for this, and here's a blessing for that, and here's a blessing for this. But the entire time, the monk is giggling his head off. And I'm like, what is happening? And I've been around folk like Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama when they are joyful. And so I've known sort of this like youthful giggle before. And so it was something that is very fun. But what happened is that I was very confused. So this guy's flinging water on me, saying blessings and prayers in a language I don't necessarily understand. I'm centering myself by saying things that are personally meaningful for myself. But what I discovered is that at the end of it, he shared, I blessed you for so many more things than a human being would ever need in their life. Like if you never went into a faithful space, he basically read through every single Buddhist blessing that anyone would need at any point in their lifespan. And he was giggling that it was like abundant and too much. In this experience, what I took from it is that if people are willing to offer you blessings, by golly, take them. They might not be the words that you want to hear in that moment. They might not be what you think that you need, but what a wonderful joy when someone wants to offer you a blessing. Don't leave any blessings on the table, right? We carry so much other wacky baggage in the world. We might as well be picking this kind of stuff up. So, overly blessed, drenched in water, wrapped in a sheet, and then he sits down and he has this heartfelt conversation with you where he talks about ethics and morals and values. And what I discovered in this conversation is that we have so many opportunities to receive sort of the blessings and the love of the world from every moment, that the sun is shining, that the flowers are beautiful, that other human beings come into our life, the giggling of babies and monks, that is what the world is. It's this beautifulness that's always offering us blessings. And whether or not we can understand them, because they might or might not be in the language of our heart or in the sacredness that we normally expect to find them in, is a whole other story. My hope for you in these days to come is that when blessings will come, you will say, yes, please. Even if it feels ridiculous, even if you don't want to be in a sheet drenched in water. Receive the blessings, even that need translation. Notice what's beautiful in the world around you, in your own heart, and in your family. And if you are longing for a bit more, seek out communities and spaces and pilgrimages where you can take the time to pause and notice the loveliness of the world around you. Yes, the world is chaotic. Yes, we are broken. Yes, we have been hurt. But yes, there is more blessings to come. And if you stick around here, I hope to share more kind, optimistic things that will support you along that journey. Thank you all for listening. Take care.